Alrighty. Golden Sun, Dark Dawn has been conquered. Go ahead and drag this stuff over here. Alrighty. A little bit shorter than I was expecting. Let me just double check here. How long it's actually... How long I was projecting. 27 hours. I think I did this in about 23. And I did 100% Jin too, so that's pretty interesting. Once again, my notes here are not entirely filled out like I have done in the past, but how was the story? Or what was the story? The story was kind of bonkers, but it basically started off with we wanted to fix this flying machine that Tyrell broke, and so we go around the world looking for this mountain rock feather, and while we're doing that, we start inadvertently helping the bad guys summon the Luna Tower to bring darkness into the world so that they can get the Apollo lens and shoot it at something. I don't know what they wanted to shoot it at, but I guess they wanted to start a war or something like that. And we stopped them and everything's good. I think that's a pretty too long, didn't read story. Was it satisfying? You know, I think I said in Lost Age where I wanted to wait and see what happened with Alex before I would say if it was satisfying or not. And I kind of get the same issue here, where Alex was like, I'm going to use key figure in air quotes for Lost Age, and like he just didn't do anything, but he was important. And in this game, he is a key figure, but he doesn't do anything. And it's just kind of frustrating to me. Like, he's my favorite character, sure, but it's like, what was the point of him? He doesn't do anything. He doesn't service the plot at all. If he wasn't there and all of his dialogue was moved onto Blados and Chalice, like, I feel like there would have been no change. You know, obviously there's gonna have to be some tweaks to the dialogue because, you know, he's talking to other people, but like if you just cut him out, it would be fine. So what was the point of Alex? Why didn't Alex get anything done? You know, why wasn't he a centerpiece in anything? That kind of bugs me. Did it feel complete? Sure. We start off doing something stupid and we end up saving the world. Sure. How was the pacing? Pacing was pretty solid, I guess. There was some opportunities for me to really screw up the pacing, but thanks to my Jin guide, that kind of sent me on the right path. Even though I didn't know where to go per se, I kind of like went in the directions I thought I needed to go, and those happened to turn out to be the places and directions I needed to go, so it kind of worked out. For the most part, it was all story all the time, so there wasn't really any moments where the pacing just kind of dropped off and things got hurt, other than some dialogue sections that just kept dragging on. What gameplay elements stand out? I have here, the menu system feels like a downgrade due to item selection and item viewing being split. This is a really weird thing where in Golden Sun 1, and I could be misremembering this, but if you go into the menu, you can select between like all your stuff and then you can find out what it does by going to like the status or whatever. You didn't really need to do that. In this game, it's like a horizontal bar and you kind of scroll through it, and for me that was just a pain in the butt to go through. I wasn't a fan of that. I liked the list view from Golden Sun 1. I just think it was a little bit easier to use. For combat, still standard Golden Sun with a few improvements such as weapon mastering. One of the really cool things about this game is that it is a Golden Sun game through and through. It's different in a lot of areas, but the combat and the way it's played is still the same, despite some of the more larger changes like the graphics and whatnot. So I thought that was a really neat thing, that even though the graphics have changed drastically, the game itself, I'm going to turn down the volume on this because okay, we messed that up. It was fine. It's kind of impressive too, you know. So, no dungeons that were my favorite or annoying or inflated or anything like that. For the most part, the dungeons were pretty nice and pretty on point. I am gonna turn this down. It's probably too late for this too, but Alex? No? Let me see. Yeah, I was actually pretty happy with the dungeons. Cardinal Sins. Backup party members don't receive full experience. Now, this game is like how do I put this? This game, or this Cardinal Sin, is particularly egregious in this game because Lost Age did not have this Cardinal Sin. Backup party members got full experience in Lost Age. So in this game, they purposefully changed it. And that's kind of frustrating. It's kind of annoying, and I'm not a fan. Now, we never did, like, stop all that. The Emperor's still out there. Yeah. Does this feel complete? 23:59. That is my end time. We'll be in Tanfan at the point just before you find about the Apollo lands. You can now sail the Eclipse World, searching for the remaining secrets. Interesting. Okay. Let's turn that down a bunch. And yeah, so the experience thing, that's really painful, particularly because I think Eolio, I might have wanted to try him out. And Himi, I might have wanted to try her out. I might have actually wanted to stray away from a what can I call it? A Venus, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter party composition. I was gonna try something new, but I didn't want to get punished for doing that because of how the experience is calculated. Backup party members get half experience. It's not cool. Let me see. In the first 3 hours, the music was not reminiscent of the previous games, and I wasn't too much of a fan. I'm gonna amend that to say for the entire game, none of the music really felt like the Golden Sun I really enjoyed from the first two titles. It was trying something new, it was doing something new, and I guess I just wasn't that big of a fan of the music, which is kind of a bummer. For the graphics, it takes some getting used to after playing the first two games. Yeah. The graphics definitely take some getting used to, but I'm gonna say that I actually kind of like them. Um, it was nice. It was nice. And what's up, Speedbreaker? Yes, I did actually just finish the game. Let me see. Oh, I guess continuing on with the graphics, I'm hesitant to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyways. I think the graphics might be a downgrade. And the only reason I say that is because possibly of nostalgia for the first two Golden Sun games and just how well they actually looked. I think a cleaner pixel art would have done this game a lot of justice. I know why they went 3D. It's the 3DS or the 2DS, or it's the DS. I don't know why I named every other iteration but that. It's the DS, and so why not go with a new art style? If you have the capabilities to do it, why not? And so I understand it. I just particularly like the 2D art more, and it's probably all related to nostalgia. Favorite characters. Alex is my favorite character, even though he gets the shaft. Tyrell was pretty entertaining. Amity had some entertaining lines as well. Karis, she was probably the most irritating. He just gonna walk away from that one. Things that I disliked. The 360-degree stylus Psynergy. This is a really weird thing to kind of say I disliked, but what occurred here was like a little bit of time that was wasted compared to the two previous Golden Sun games. In the Golden Sun 1 and 2, you use the Psynergy, you immediately select it, and then you move. But in this game, there's like there's some delay because they want you to choose everything that's in the radius. And that does open up a lot of options for puzzles and things like that. But it just slows things down. I know it's kind of like this like nitpickiest of nitpicks, but that's just, something that I got. I also dislike I legit, like, I've been pondering this ever since Dragon Quest 11. Yeah, Dragon Quest 11. Silent protagonist. I kind of want to make this a cardinal sin for me. Just something that immediately takes away the enjoyment and the value that the game brings for me. I don't like silent protagonists. They don't add to the story for me. They don't make me feel like I'm that character. It just feels like there's this issue of, well, my character knows what's going on but never speaks up about it. And it's a really big issue in Dragon Quest XI because there are some circumstances where if the main character who knows what's going on said something, like, a bunch of bad stuff would have never happened. And while Golden Sun doesn't really have anything like that, it's just annoying that I'm playing a character that doesn't talk. Speaks in symbols, basically. I don't like it. And then I get to if the developer is watching. Camelot. I'm waiting for the next entry of Golden Sun. I'm waiting for Golden Sun 4. I want it. I really like these games. Yes, this game overall is extremely easy. I'm dropping like a million frames. This game is extremely easy. I mentioned earlier that I basically did no grinding. I just was kind of going from start to finish, and I got lost a couple of times, but I found my way, and here I am. You know, level 43. I did not purposefully grind. I just went places that I felt I needed to go. And I think that the challenge could go up. I think the art style could be improved. I think a lot of the technical aspects could be improved, but as a whole, Golden Sun definitely deserves another entry. And I'm rooting for at least a Golden Sun character to get added to Smash Ultimate, even though that's not necessarily going to happen because Isaac is once again an assist trophy. But hey, maybe we'll get Felix. Maybe we'll get Matthew. Who knows? So yeah, give me a sequel. I would appreciate it a lot. Although I imagine this game didn't really sell that well, which is a little disappointing. But yeah, I think that is going to wrap up all of my thoughts on Golden Sun Dark Dawn. Overall, I'm happy with the game. It started off kind of rough. A couple of times I considered, like, you know, of what I played so far, do I really think I want to continue playing this? But I admit it did pick up after a while, and I did start enjoying it. After things picked up a little bit, we got a little bit more party members. I started paying a little bit more attention to the story. Like, it just took a little bit more time for things to get interesting. And so that was nice. So yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow, 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. And I believe I will be playing Black Sigil Blade of the Exiled, which is another DS game. I believe I'm going to play that. I need to run some tests to make sure that it actually can be played. And we'll figure that out. But yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. See you tomorrow. Peace.